You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome into the program, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Farrs, head of this year Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Just great to have you along for the ride, especially after the Phillies actually win. It feels like forever since they won. It hasn't been that long, but it has been some pretty terrible games as of late, including last night's game, which was just god-awful. You didn't have a runner on second base till the ninth inning, and that was on a throwing error. Phillies actually got a runner on second base as early as the seventh inning in this one. Oh, we'll break it all down. Bats come alive in the ninth inning to score 3 runs in that ninth. Brandon Marsh clutch with that sac fly. I was watching it. I was like, wow, it feels like a grand slam. It feels like a grand slam. Not like watching the ball travel in the air, but just knowing that they were going to get one run on a sac fly, it might as well have been a grand slam. I was that excited for a sac fly RBI. It all got started in the ninth inning by Bryce Harper. Good hustle to him, of course. Nick Castellanos gave you the breathing room. That was awesome. And it gets you a win. Now, it gets the team a win. Oddly enough, it gets Gregory Soto a win, who came in, threw 9 pitches, only 2 of them were strikes, walked a guy, had a wild pitch, but recorded 1 out on a ground out to Alec Bohm, where he made a great play, picking the baseball there on a bouncer, slow bouncer to third, and he stepped on third for the force out, and they got out of that inning. Zack Wheeler, 7 scoreless, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts in his first game since the back tightness right before the All-Star game. He comes out there and he's dominant for 7 innings, 7 scoreless innings. Does he get a win? No, sir, he does not, because baseball is a funny game, as the late great Richie Ashburn used to say. Baseball is a funny game, Harry. Hard to believe. Like that's what we're dealing with here. Zack Wheeler, no win for him, just 7 scoreless, lowering the ERA. Gregory Soto, 1/3 of an inning, he records the win, but whatever, a win for me right now, and I hate this phrase except in moments like this, a win right now is a win. And the Phillies are now 9 games up on the Braves, who got washed out tonight against the Cincinnati Reds, I believe it was, in hot Atlanta, rainy Atlanta right now. So that was a great thing. Phillies are now 9 games up. We'll see how the rest of the National League looks, because as I've told you guys before, I'm not focusing on those Braves anymore. I'm focusing on the Dodgers. And right now, the Dodgers are up 2-1 on the San Francisco Giants in Los Angeles. But welcome into the show. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. And I do have to tell you that this episode of Locked On Phillies Postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com, Booking.yeah, for your stay today. 3 big things to start it off. I was all set to go Zack Wheeler, but for me, as excited as I am, he's not number 1 today. He's the reason the Phillies won this game. He put him in position to win this game, of course. You don't allow a run over 7 innings, and you throw 107 pitches. All right, I'm jumping the shark here. Okay, he's going to be number 2. Let me spoil it. Number 1, the Phillies in the 9th inning. As excited as I am for Zack Wheeler and to talk about his start and what he was able to do over those 7 innings and 107 pitches, as excited as I am to do that, they needed a win. They needed some signs of life. And you go into that 9th inning, you have an opportunity to get something going. This baseball team gets something going, and they finally get something going in that 9th inning. Trey Turner led off the inning, flying out to right field. Bryce Harper steps up to the plate, starts the rally, at least leads off the rally portion of it. Turner led off the inning. Harper comes up there with the double down the left field line. That got it going. Bohm then worked a walk. JT Realmuto worked a walk. Let me pause it right there, okay? Will Little, the home plate umpire, and I know he took one to the jugular earlier in the game. Hope he's fine, all right? He's not very good. A lot of close calls. Some I thought were strikes. And yes, some of those calls were beneficial to Zack Wheeler. A lot of those calls were obviously beneficial to Woods Richardson. Some of them not so beneficial as the game went on. Because it seemed like as the game went on, that strike zone was getting a little smaller, a little tighter, and it's contracting a little bit. So yeah, Will Little had a weird game as an umpire. But Alec Bohm worked a walk. JT Realmuto worked a walk. A few more pitches with JT Realmuto were closer than I would have liked, but they were called balls, so he was awarded a walk. Bases loaded now, 1 out. Brandon Marsh steps up to the plate. Brandon Marsh is struggling like the vast majority of Phillies players. Brandon Marsh gets a sac fly RBI to left field to bring home Bryce Harper for a 1-0 Phillies lead, and I rejoiced. I don't think I've ever been more happy about a sac fly RBI than I was in that particular instance, and that's what the Phillies got in that instance. Harper scores. Then Nick Castellanos stepped up. Nick Castellanos actually showed me something earlier in the ballgame when he had a 9-pitch at bat, I believe it was. And he steps up there in the top of the 9th inning, works a full count, gets a 101 mile per hour fastball away. Now, here's the thing. I think it was a slider, the pitch before that he offered at but was able to hold up his swing. Nick Castellanos was able to hold up his swing. He just barely held up his swing, but he held it up. It became a 3-2 count. Then he got a 101 mile per hour fastball, 3-2 fastball, outside corner of the plate, but not off the plate, outer half, I would say. And he went with the pitch like a good hitter should. And he went with that pitch down the right field line. 2-run score. It's a runs bonanza. 3-run score in the inning. What? As I mentioned earlier, prior to that, you had a runner on second base once in this game, in this series so far through 2.5 games, because you had Bohm on second in the 9th inning last night due to the error. Then in the 7th inning, JT Realmuto got the infield single, and then Castro had the throwing error. So then Realmuto was awarded second base because, like Bohm last night in the 9th, the throw from Castro went into the Phillies dugout. So Realmuto goes to second. Oh, my God, look, you have a runner in scoring position. What happens after that? Marsh strikes out on a curveball in the dirt. That was in the 7th inning where he actually had a runner on second base. I'll get into some more of the mistakes later, but as of right now, I'm celebrating the 9th inning and how great that 9th inning was because the Phillies actually delivered. Number 2, Zack Wheeler. I can't believe I'm happy about it. I like it. I still am. Like, that really did happen? Like, I've looked at the box score in the time that the game ended to now. I've looked at the box score 3 different times to double check this. And now I'm going to triple check it. Now I'm going to quadruple check it. Let me just do this real quick, just because I want to make sure that I'm not seeing things here. 107 pitches for Zack Wheeler. Rob Thompson allowed Zack Wheeler, after coming back from back tightness, after coming back from 10 days between starts, similar to Ranger Suarez. Suarez got pulled at 79 pitches. Not the same pitcher. I get it. Zack Wheeler, release the hounds. Go out there and do your thing. Well, he went out there and he did his thing. To the tune of 107 pitches, 64 for strikes, lowering the ERA to 2.55, 7 innings, 3 hits, only 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Popping the mid at 95 miles per hour with consistency. Didn't appear to have any back stiffness tonight. And they just let him go. Looking at his start tonight, he looked like the guy that we have seen for the vast majority of this season when the Phillies have been incredible. He goes out there in the 1st inning. He has a 23-pitch 1st inning, had some struggles. He struck out Castro to lead things off, but that was a 9-pitch at bat. Then he got Lanark to line out to center field. Johan Rojas got turned around on that. He battled in that at bat. That was about an 8-pitch at bat. Carlos Santana struck out on a cutter. Again, 23 pitches in that 1st inning. He came back for that 2nd inning, gave up the leadoff base hit to Kepler. Then he struck out Julian, looking at a sinker at the top of the zone. Then he got Lee to fly out to center field, and then he got Wallner to line out to right field on a nice diving play by Nick Castellanos. 23-pitch 1st inning for Zack Wheeler, 11-pitch 2nd inning for Zack Wheeler, 13 pitches for him in the 3rd inning, 12 in the 4th. He was cruising. He was getting things done. He allowed a 1-out double to Wallner in the 5th inning. Then he got Martin to ground out to first, and then he got Vasquez to ground out to second on a nice play by Bryson Stott. So if he ever found himself in any trouble, not that there was much of it, he got out of it. He was calm, cool, collected, concentrated on the strike zone, and kept firing strikes all night long. Sixth inning was an interesting one as well. Gave up a 2-out walk to Carlos Santana. He threw 5 straight balls. Five after locking in, he threw 4 pitches to Carlos Santana, walked him. Then he came out and got Kepner to strike out on a fastball, on a high fastball. 17 pitches in that 6th inning. 7th inning, he comes out again, gets Julian to strike out looking at a cutter. He walks Lee, 4 straight pitches to Lee. Wallner, he starts him off with a ball. That was another 5 straight ball instance. Then he gets Wallner to strike out on a fastball away. And then his 100th pitch of the night came to Martin, and he had him fly out to center field on his 107th pitch of the night. So he just kept cooking. And you needed to see that from Zack Wheeler. Look, I needed to see at least a step in the right direction for Ranger Suarez last night. I saw that. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. But it was better than what we've seen. Step in the right direction. Okay. Zack Wheeler. This is more than a step in the right direction for him. This was Zack Wheeler that we have seen all season long. This is the Zack Wheeler that so far throughout this year has been competing to be a Cy Young candidate and has been a Cy Young candidate this season. That's the form that he jumped right back into. He did it tonight. Love seeing it from him, so he's number 2 on the list. Number 3. This really doesn't have much to do with the game tonight as much as it has to do with the 9th inning and what we've been seeing from this wildly inconsistent Phillies offense in the 5 games that we have seen since the All-Star break. Let's let the 9th inning be the norm. All right? Guys getting on base. Guys being smart on the base paths. Bryce Harper not getting greedy. The perfect example I bring up is what the hell happened to this Phillies team in the 6th inning. Phillies have been struggling to get guys on base. In the 6th inning, Johan Rojas does something that I don't like him doing, but he swung at the first pitch, jumped on a first pitch fastball, bounced it up the middle for a seeing eye single in the center field. So you have a leadoff base runner on. You have your 9-hole hitter on base for Kyle Schwarber, who's been unfortunately god-awful recently. Kyle Schwarber steps up there, and while he's at the plate, Johan Rojas gets picked off of first base. Schwarber later strikes out. Trey Turner steps up to the plate. He lines one to the wall in left field, and I give Wallner every ounce of credit on this. He fields it perfectly. He throws in a great ball to second base, and they nail Trey Turner at second base. I would never expect Trey Turner to hit a ball that hits the wall, and he gets thrown out at second base. I don't expect Trey Turner to have long singles in his career. I expect him to have, doubles that could very well be a triple for him. There might be a stand-up double for the average man. It's a sliding triple for Trey Turner. Not tonight, unfortunately, but Wallner did play it perfectly there in the 6th inning. So the Phillies had 2 hits in the inning. Neither one of them could stay on the base paths. Rojas was picked off. Turner got thrown out at second base. And that was that. Phillies didn't get much going. 7th inning, they get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Couldn't do anything with that with Realmuto. I highlighted that already. When we come back, I got to talk about this because in the 8th inning, I was yelling at the TV. And I'm not usually one that yells at the TV. I don't understand what the hell Rob Thompson was doing, but he did it. It worked. It's where we get into the argument about, I'm not arguing about result. We all watch the game. We all know what happened. I'm not arguing about result. I'm arguing about philosophy. And the philosophy in the 9th inning made no sense. Anyway, be back in a second. You're Locked On Phillies postcast of the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Back after this. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. This episode of Locked On Phillies postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. With summer travel heating up, especially travel for baseball games, it's time to explore those U.S. cities you've always secretly wanted to learn more about. And yes, we are talking about your rivals cities, whether it be New York, whether it be Atlanta, whether it be Miami, wherever it might be. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. I've used it for Miami. I've used Booking.com for Chicago, for Atlanta, for New York. I've just used it actually for this weekend, Saturday. I'll be in Atlantic City. Sorry. No postcast Saturday night. But Booking.com came in the clutch, as they always do. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rival's city. Book today at Booking.com on the site or the Booking.com app. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. FanDuel. I love sports. You love sports. But this time of year, sports aren't sporting like they normally are. I mean, things are heating up with the NFL, MLB, of course, post All-Star break. Everything's going on there. WNBA, you got the big games going on overseas in Petty. All that going on. Take advantage of all they have to offer at FanDuel, FanDuel.com. This summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers. Did you hear that? Not, just new customers. No, all customers. Let that sink in. All customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com. Start making the most of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Before we get into our chat check, I do have to ask this question. What happened in that 8th inning? Jeff Hoffman comes out. He walks Vasquez. Buxton pitch run, so you got a runner on first base. You got nobody out. Leadoff runner on first. Great. Okay. Castro comes up to the plate, strikes out on 3 pitches. 2 of them were splitters in the dirt. Hoffman was throwing gorgeous splitters to him. He chased 2 of them to end that at bat, so he gets the strikeout. Larnach steps up to the plate. Buxton's able to steal second. Larnach then works a walk on 7 pitches. Santana then strikes out. Hoffman gets Santana to strike out on a slider away. He then, Rob Thompson then decides, hey, my all-star relief pitcher has seen enough. Let's go to Gregory Soto. So Soto comes in to face, at this point it was, Hoffman comes in to face, Soto comes in to face Kepler. In the midst of walking him on 4 straight pitches, by the way, he throws a wild pitch that allows runners to advance second to third, from first to second to second to third. So you have runners on second and third. You have 2 outs that Jeff Hoffman got for you, and Gregory Soto looks like he is wilding out there on the mound, okay? By some divine intervention, a run does not score in this inning. He throws 9 pitches. Only 2 of them were for strikes, including his last pitch, which was a bouncer off the bat of Jeffers, who was pinch hitting for Julian. He hits a bouncer to Alec Bohm, who makes a great charging pick, and in the process, continues his running motion and steps on the third base bag for the third and final out of the inning. 9 pitches for Gregory Soto, 2 of them for strikes, sort of. 1 out, a walk, a wild pitch, and he's a big winner tonight. This is fun. We're having fun. What was Rob Thompson thinking? Like, if you look at the splits of Jeff Hoffman, they're pretty much the same, lefties versus righties. Whip's about the same. ERA's about the same. Opponent batting average about the same. It's like 181 to 165. So why would you take out a all-star to go to Gregory Soto? Again, the result, it worked. The philosophy, I would rather that not be applied again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's get to the chat check and see how you guys are doing after this win tonight. Bottom line is Phillies get a win. We're all excited. John Marinelli, I saw this when I was getting the show ready, getting everything ready. I saw your stuff. I don't know how much more of this nonstop action I could take. I did laugh out loud at that because that was, I think, in the 8th inning when you put that up there. Send us home happy. There you go. Ring the bell. Thank you, Lazarus. Felt like the Phillies offense was Lazarus. You know what I'm saying? Biblical reference. Hooray. Scoreless game. Scare the poop out of me, says Christopher Michael. Thank you, Christopher Michael. Lazarus 479. What's going on? Bryce says, shove that overrated up your All right. Finally, a few runs, IBH. Thank you, Buddy Christ. Thank you, Buddy Christ. John Marinelli. We're back, baby. Oh, Buddy Christ is saying, you're welcome. Thank you. I know it wasn't the only person screaming at the TV when Thompson decided to pull Hoffman for Soto. Then I heard the voice in my head, trust the process. And then Jeffers grounded out to Bohm. Yeah, I didn't trust nothing Thank you, Morgan Landy. Brian, Zach is back. Harper's the man. Nicky doubles. What's up with Schwarb's 0 for 17? I guess June is over. His June wasn't even that great. I know he got hurt towards the end of it, but I think this is still the biggest homer month for him was May. Wait, hold on. It might have been April for Kyle Schwarber. I think he had 8 home runs in April. No, 7 home runs in April, 6 home runs in June. Wow, he's only got 9 home runs. May, he hit 3. June, 6. July, he's got 2. Wow. That sucks. He's hitting 167 in July. After 297 in May, 267 in June. Okay, that's enough of that. On-base percentage is also not great for him, 311. Good Lord. Over the last week, he's hitting .067. Yeah, Schwarbs ain't getting it done. Buddy Christ, happy Tuesday. I would love if I ever got to the pearly gates and Buddy Christ was like, hey, it's Tuesday. Get in here. You're home now. That'd be amazing. Spurgeon King, these bats are ice cold. Terrible. What? They won? Best team in baseball. Love it. Absolutely love it. Brian, 25th win in a row when the starter goes 7. Yeah, that stat that they got rolling is crazy. I didn't realize that stat was still alive. That's amazing. How about this one? They mentioned it during the broadcast tonight. This is the second time the Phillies had their starter. No, the second time the Phillies had a scoreless game going into the 7th inning. The last time the Phillies had a scoreless game going into the 7th inning, both pitchers tossing a shutout going into the 7th inning, was in that San Francisco Giants series back in May. It went 10 innings. And in that game, like tonight, the man who started that game for the Phillies was Zack Wheeler. Now, he didn't pitch in the 7th inning, I don't believe. He pitched 6 scoreless. Yeah, both teams were. So, the correct stat is both teams scoreless going into the 7th inning or later was that San Francisco Giants game back on May 28th? May 29th. And Zack Wheeler started that one too. Oh, the Phillies lost that one. And Zack Wheeler got no decision. Crazy. Huge win. Absolutely huge win. Brian, Rob Thompson would have never heard the end if Soto blew it. Thank you, Alec Bohm. Yeah. Focused on the Dodgers. Who cares? The Phillies can't win the West Division. Yeah. But the Dodgers in the playoffs is kind of more scary to me than the Braves in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? What a win, Farzi. Nick Castellanos in the 9th. No trade deadline needed. Yeah, right. Thank you, Farzi. Can't bench the bar. Cheerio, mates, the Chicken Wrangler. What's going on, Chicken Wrangler? Johnson Wall, get him out of here. Get who out of here? Who are we getting out of here? This guy. What? Oh, Twins will win tomorrow? Must be a Twins fan, I guess. Chicken Wrangler. If he gets robbed of the Cry Young again this year, we riot. I hope Cry Young is not a typo. That is funny. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. When we come back, we'll take a look at what the Phillies got going on again for tomorrow afternoon's game and a special programming announcement. When we come back, you're Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. eBay Motors. Passion, drive, patience, the formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors is everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED lights, and so much more. Whether you're into speed, power, style, or all of the above, eBay Motors has you covered with over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die. You'll always find exactly what you're looking for, and with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride or die every time or your money back. So it's not just a clever name. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge W's. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay guaranteed fit available to U.S. customers. That's eBay Motors. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. On Prize Picks, it's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You could turn $10 into $1,000. Get in on all the excitement and win up to 100 times your cash with summer games on Prize Picks. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 while watching Team USA rack up gold medals this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup of players across basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, and so much more in as little as 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you are locked in. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for your first deposit match up to $100. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's just that easy with Prize Picks. All right, programming notes. This will be fun, and I'm sure you guys, not only are you guys listening and watching Locked On Sports Philadelphia, is the Locked On Sports Phillies postcast. I'm sure you guys are also daily listeners, downloaders, viewers of Locked On Phillies podcast with host Connor Thomas. Now, Connor, of course, does a great job. I've had the privilege, of course, of going on his show, Locked On Phillies podcast, for the daily podcast. Well, he'll be making his first postcast appearance with me. About a month ago, he hosted a postcast, did a phenomenal job. I'm sure you guys remember. We'll be doing a guest hit with me in our second segment tomorrow afternoon, following the Phillies handling their business against the Minnesota Twins and hopefully coming away with a series victory. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for. Now, the game time tomorrow is a 1:10 start time against the Twins. Aaron Nola gets the ball. He's coming off a 6-inning, 4-run performance against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Did not pitch great in his first start coming back from the All-Star break. Only went 5 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, gave up 1 walk, struck out just 4. That was one that he was in line to win, but the Phillies just couldn't hold on. Jose Alvarado, not great in that one. That was against the Pirates, that 8-7 loss. Not sure he's going to be going up against with just yet for the Twins, but Nola gets the ball tomorrow, and I look forward to him getting back in the win column and the Phillies doing the thing that Lou Brown says you should always do. Win one today, that's 2 in a row. Win one tomorrow, that's what's called a winning streak. It has happened before. If you know, you know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. That's like and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. After this game tomorrow, let's not forget. All right, they lost 2 of 3 to the Pirates. Hopefully win 2 of 3 to Minnesota, and then they're back at home after an off day Thursday. 3 against the Cleveland Guardians, 2 against the New York Yankees, who, by the way, lost again tonight. This time they lost to the New York Mets. That's a shame. That's a shame. They lost to the Mets 3-2. And, yeah, the Reds and the Braves were rained out. So, yeah, the Phillies now have increased that lead in the standings to a full 9 games. You love to see it. Dodgers are at 60 wins. Guardians got to 60. Orioles and Yankees both at 60 wins. Phillies 4 wins better than the rest of them guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia. That's Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Oh, let me just get one more in here. Hold on. I love when you're happy, hon. Thanks, Babs. Oh, Freezer 78. That was a nice win. Hells yeah. Offense definitely slow, but nice to see a 9th inning rally. Hell yeah. Aw, thanks, Babs. You're the best. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Be back with you guys tomorrow afternoon. Again, Connor Thomas will join the show at some point during the postcast tomorrow, so I look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Locked On Sports Philadelphia, Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Catch you guys tomorrow. See ya.